This is CBC Here and Now.
Good evening. We go now to a break in the Victoria Head homicide investigation. 5 weeks ago, Head's body was found in a field in St. John's.
The Royal Newfoundland Constabulary called a news conference an hour ago. Here Now's Ariana Kellen joins us live from RNC headquarters in St. John's. Ariana, what can you tell us?
Well, Anthony, a 35-year-old man is in custody tonight, charged with murder in relation to the death of Victoria Head. Now, we do not know the name of this man. Police say they are not going to name him until charges are sworn in provincial court tomorrow morning. We also do not know if he has been charged with second-degree murder or first-degree murder. What I can say is that he was arrested this afternoon outside of his house in St. John's without incident. This is someone who knew Victoria Head, although police did not elaborate on the extent of their relationship. They also said today that this is a person who does not have a criminal record and is someone who was not known to the RNC up until this point. Now, Victoria Head was a 36-year-old woman originally from Placentia Bay. She was living in St. John's. She is the mother of one teenage girl. Her body was found on the morning of November 11th on O'Brien Farm, just off Oxen Pond Road in St. John's. Her body was found around 8 o'clock in the morning by a member of the public, which was reported to police. Police have not spoken about the manner or cause of Head's death. In the days after her death, police did have a press conference and said that Head may have been working in the sex trade and that may have been linked to her death. That's something that her family has said is not true. We did ask police about that today, if this man who was arrested had anything to do with the sex trade. Police did not say whether or not that was the case. Now, Victoria Head was last seen in the downtown St. John's area. That was the last bit of information that the police had, but her body, as I said, was found on Oxen Pond Road. Police said that 30 investigators worked on this case tirelessly. They conducted over 100 interviews and actually issued a release just several days ago saying they were working on this case. Asked today if there are any more suspects, this is what Superintendent Sean O'Reilly had to say.
Right now, we're satisfied that we believe the person responsible is in our custody.
Now, that was Sean O'Reilly. Now, it's not usual for a news conference to be held this late in the day, especially before the holidays, but the RNC said that they wanted to get this information out to the public and to the family of Victoria Head. Reporting live for Here and Now, I'm Ariana Kellen in St. John's.
Here's what else is making news. He was once an orphan in Kazakhstan.
He was looking for someone to love him. We were looking for someone to love.
Today, he's a family's joy.
Millions of dollars in damage, 25 years later, remembering the Harvey Road fire.
Teaching the true meaning of Christmas.
It's not about presents, it's not about what you get.
One Mount Pearl mom is putting her kids and her community to work.
Well, the weather map is a lot like my Christmas suit. It's a lot of different colors, and we're going to break it down what this means with a messy winter system on the way just in time for the holidays. Two, in fact. The details are coming up.
Moving now to a moment that would frighten any parent, not knowing where their child is. Earlier this week, panic for the father of a 4-year-old girl.
When he arrived at a St. John's preschool to pick her up, he found the doors locked and the lights off. Here Now's Fred Hutton has more.
The sign for the preschool says happy times. It was anything but for the father of the 4.5-year-old girl who was left alone, locked inside earlier this week. He told us over the telephone it was a frantic time.
Before I left, and when I was ready to go, she went over and got in this little crib here, and she was facing out, and I was sitting at that red table, and I could see her.
The little girl was sleeping when the last staff member locked up and left for the day. Gail Sullivan owns Happy Times Preschool on Queens Road.
I specifically, clearly said when I was leaving that the child was there, not well. Please be sure to tell the parents that she's not been well for the past hour.
Sullivan says she was devastated when she heard about what happened, but took immediate action to call Child Protection and fired the employee who left the child behind.
How did she leave without knowing the child was still in here asleep?
beyond my comprehension. A 27-year-old, level 2, early childhood educator. I don't know.
The father of the little girl who was left sleeping inside didn't want to go on camera, but he did tell CBC News over the phone that he was frantic for about 15 minutes. He said it seemed like an eternity. The child was eventually reunited with her dad when she pushed open the main door, triggering the alarm, and then walked down 2 flights of stairs to the exterior exit, where her dad was waiting. Sullivan says she's received overwhelming support from parents of other children at the daycare, among them Lisa Cook.
I think it's an innocent accident. It would be troublesome if it was mine, but I think, it could happen to anybody. So I would definitely bring him back even if it did happen to mine.
The little girl's father also says he was calmed by the fact that the employee isn't working there anymore and that he plans to bring his daughter back to the daycare after Christmas. Fred Hutton, CBC News, St. John's.
Continuing problems with the federal government's Phoenix pay system are being felt at sea. The payroll failures are making it difficult for the Canadian Coast Guard to do its work properly. Here now's Mark Quinn reports.
This is the second Christmas the Canadian Coast Guard has had to deal with these problems. Employees not getting paid and retirees not getting their pensions. The Canadian government says it's working on this problem, but the Coast Guard says that here in Newfoundland it's having a real impact.
Disproportionately so in the Canadian Coast Guard. We have a lot of ship's crews, people who work at our marine communications traffic centres and environmental response personnel who don't work regular 9-to-5, 40-hour-a-week jobs, and as a result they've been affected. Their regular pay, their overtime premium pays have all been affected.
Sources have told CBC that vessels can't find crews and even captains. It means they can't leave port, and that affects services.
It's affected our ability to recruit personnel and retain personnel. It has affected our ability to get people to take different assignments. So it has affected our ability to provide our core services.
CBC has heard that it's meant that search and rescue operations have had to rely on vessels that were supposed to be working on things like buoy maintenance.
Where a ship is not available or is delayed, we'll reprioritize our program. Most of our programs are multitasked, so the end result is we might have to drop a lower priority program, postpone that activity to later, while we focus on providing core like emergency services like search and rescue, for example.
The Canadian Coast Guard is asking employees to be patient, and they hope this is the last Christmas they'll have to deal with these troubles. Mark Quinn, CBC News, St. John's.
There's been another pedestrian vehicle accident in St. John's, and this one was fatal. It happened around 3:30 this morning on Main Road in the Goulds area of the city. A 71-year-old man from the area was pronounced dead at the scene. This is the 7th accident involving a pedestrian being struck by a vehicle in the last 2 weeks.
Gunfire inside a bar. It's believed the last time that happened here was more than 2 years ago, resulting in the death of Good Samaritan Larry Wellman. Well, there was another recent shooting at a bar, and although there were no injuries, the man who fired the gun remains at large. Terry Roberts reports.
It's been 5 days, but I'm told the people who work at this business are still shaken. A man in his mid-20s walked in just before midnight on December 17th, carrying a gun. He demanded cash, and at some point, he fired a shot. Hooligans is located on the lower level of Shenanigans Pub. No one was injured in the gunfire, but the suspect made off with some cash. He's being described by police as 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing about 150 pounds. His face was covered at the time. The RNC issued a news release on Thursday asking for the public's help. The owner is not talking, saying he doesn't want to interfere with the police investigation, but he did tell me that his surveillance cameras were rolling at the time. Meanwhile, if you were driving in this area around midnight on December 17th and may have had your dash cams rolling, well, the RNC would like to talk to you. Terry Roberts, CBC News, Conception Bay South.
25 years ago today, residents of Harvey Road in St. John's lost everything. An overnight fire wrecked the neighborhood. Here and Now's Ryan Cook caught up with some of the people affected that night to hear their stories of loss, but also their stories of rebuilding.
St. John's hasn't experienced this devastation in fire-wise since 1892. It's not something I've seen before. It's a firestorm. You can actually hear it.
course, the CLB building is gone. The Dominion stores is on fire. The government building on the east side is on fire. And a row of houses opposite the government building is all on fire.
There was flankers as we walked from Central Station up Harvey Road here. There were flankers like really as big as dinner plates falling around you. And it was like, I've never seen anything like this. It was just all consuming when you looked at it.
Firefighters got the call around 10 p.m. Report to Central Station, we need you now. They had no idea what they were walking into. The fire started at the Church Lads Brigade before jumping the road and igniting the Big R, a family-run restaurant.
We had customers in the store and the roof was afire, and the fireman said, you gotta go, the roof is afire. So they actually took my aunt out the back door, and then when she realized all these flames are coming down the road, she eyed the tanks and she kind of got really nervous and ran back in the store. And she had to be covered up with wet blankets to get back to the car. So that's how, fast it just went.
By morning, there was nothing left. A downtown neighborhood full of character, gone.
The greatest memory for me is the next morning as the sun came out, and it did, was the stark reality of what had happened overnight and the amount of damage. It was just phenomenal. It looked like a war zone.
All that was left standing in the morning was a Chinese food restaurant just down the block here on the opposite side of the road. Over here, a concrete vault was left standing from a government services building. That, of course, is now a Tim Hortons. The CLB Armory, meanwhile, where the fire started, was reduced to these concrete pillars.
Before the ashes were cold, there was a decision made 9 o'clock on the 22nd of December of that year to rebuild the CLB Armory.
The public rallied with donations, but there were some things money just couldn't replace, like the extensive archives assembled by then 78-year-old William Tilley.
The night of the fire, he couldn't bring himself to come down and watch his beloved armory being burnt to the ground. And he would tell the story, if he were here today, that I got up the next morning, I went down and I bought a copy of the Evening Telegram, and I started the rebuilding of the CLB archives.
The Forward family were starting over too. A few days after the fire, Karen found out she was pregnant with twins. With 5 kids to feed, there was no choice but to rebuild, and rebuild fast. 3 months later, they were serving fish and chips in a brand new building. 25 years later, Deputy Chief Don Byrne has never forgotten the intensity of that fire.
There's a lot of people say it can't happen. It can happen, and it can happen again.
Ryan Cook, CBC News, St. John's.
Wow, incredible.
Incredible
So much
pictures. I do remember that 25 years ago. It was just unbelievable. And as the fire chief was saying, or the deputy, that the next day when we had the pictures of the devastation, you just
war zone.
couldn't really comprehend it.
Yeah, incredible footage.
Nobody was seriously hurt.
Which is also incredible.
Yeah. Change the city.
Okay, holidays are coming, people are going, a lot of interest in the weather.
Yeah, that's right. And as I mentioned, a lot of color in the forecast tonight, not just on my suit, but on the maps. And let's have a look. Let's start with the warnings and watches in place. We have a winter storm watch in effect for the Green Bay White Bay area, special weather statements in effect for all of Newfoundland and southeastern parts of Labrador, rainfall warnings for the southwest coast, and wind warnings for Port aux Basques up towards Corner Brook, and a wreck house wind warning in effect as well. And gusts are going to really ramp up there for tomorrow. In terms of the precip, well, we're looking at the significant snow, 10 plus centimeters, basically for the Green Bay White Bay area towards Grossmore and the Northern Peninsula into southeastern parts of Labrador. Most of the island will see a messy mix, snow changing to ice pellets, a bit of freezing rain and rain. Could see 5 to as much as 10 centimeters of accumulation through central, and mostly rain for the southeast. And a quick timeline on this, very quiet again through tonight. Good travel for most of the day tomorrow, which is good. A very, of course, a busy travel day. But if you are definitely moving in, if traveling as we roll into the, well, Saturday night, Sunday time period, there's the snow on the leading edge. Sunday morning, Christmas Eve morning, snow to start. Pretty quick change to rain for the southeast, then central Newfoundland through Sunday morning, and then that snow continues into Labrador right through Christmas Day, Christmas Eve day that is, and we will see a clear out on the island, but our next system brewing to move in through Christmas Day and into Boxing Day, and we'll talk more about this coming up in your forecast. Now, as we have been talking about the snow, the cleanup, that West Coast has been, of course, covered in a white blanket of the stuff over a full 2 days. The snow's been coming down. Sidewalks are piled high. City streets are slick, and drivers are having the drivers have to take their time, obviously, getting around downtown. Many spent their day shoveling and clearing off their front steps and driveways.
Well, these gifts are a surprise donation to firefighters in Corner Brook for their toy drive. They come from a couple whose home caught fire 2 months ago. Firefighters rescued Courtney Gillum and Marcel Janes from the top window of this house. They also saved the couple's 2 dogs, but everything Gillum and Janes owned was lost in the fire. Today, they surprised rescuers by dropping off dolls and games and other toys in return for the help they received.
He put their life to save us, and you know what? They're looking for help to help other people who need it for Christmas, and you know, I have just a big heart, and that's what I want to do for the community to help them, is to give them gifts and to help the fire department, because they helped us the most, and that's what I want to do for them too, to help make someone else's Christmas better too.
Well, there's an update tonight on a story we initially brought you 2 years ago. Now, you may remember this picture of a young orphan from Kazakhstan who was born without a hand and adopted by a family in Paradise. Well, the boy's grandfather, coincidentally, is also missing a hand. Here now's Carolyn Stokes paid the family a visit to see how they're doing.
This one is from Disney.
6-year-old Kirill Facey saves the best ornaments for last, the ones with special memories made in his new life.
My family.
A family who chose him when no one else would.
He was looking for someone to love him. We were looking for someone to love.
This ornament's from my first Christmas with my family.
Doug and Leslie Facey adopted Kirill from an orphanage in Kazakhstan when he was 4 years old. Kirill was born with only one hand, abandoned in the hospital.
I don't get how people who are fortunate enough to be able to have a child naturally can just give him up because he's missing one hand.
Hello, Gramp.
Sit up.
Doug's own father, Chris, now Kirill's grandfather, was also born without a hand. So when Kirill was matched with the Faceys during the adoption process, the coincidence was stunning.
The odds were astronomical. Did we show them how we shake hands?
Yeah.
A special handshake that only they can share. The bond between Kirill and his grandfather has deepened since the day this photo was taken in the St. John's Airport in 2015. It was the first time Kirill ever saw another person like him and realized he's not alone. Back then, Kirill spoke only Russian.
This is my dad.
Before coming to Newfoundland, he never held a marker or drew a picture.
Daddy's a girl.
Kirill never even experienced a bath before.
Daddy has one eyeball.
All he'd had was sort of a damp towel wipe him down.
A lot has changed since then.
You say the word bath, the clothes come off, so just watch what you say for the next few minutes.
Kirill now has 2 prosthetic arms, one for bike riding, one for gymnastics, both decorated with images of superheroes.
He's outgoing. He loves everybody. He loves his class. He loves his friends. He loves playing. He's a handful, right? No pun intended.
Kirill is also an avid hugger, as if he were making up for lost time.
He just has so much love to give. He just needed a place to give it.
One of his great loves is singing, especially the national anthem.
Oh, Canada.
I think part of it is he realizes he's now in Canada and he loves being in Canada. He was telling me the other day, Mommy, I love it here. The air's so clean.
Leslie says Kirill still remembers his former life in Kazakhstan. She can't bear to imagine a different reality in which he is still living in that orphanage.
I can't go there because it would break my heart.
For 4 years of his life, he had to worry about Survival. Will I get another meal? Where do I sleep? Will someone ever care about me? Now that he's here, he gets to be a 6-year-old kid, which is what he should be, where he worries about, well, where are my markers? You know, what am I doing in school tomorrow?
And he has a role model in his grandfather, a successful businessman, a former athlete who was never hindered by being short a hand.
He will know that anything he wants to do, he can do. He may have to do it slightly different, but he'll be able to do it.
Chris knows that role will be important in Cyril's life, but
The real story is the adoption of a little boy who nobody wanted.
many would say Cyril is the lucky one.
Not as lucky as we are to have him.
A wink to Cyril, a hug in return, an exchange of love and gratitude for everything they now have.
He's a good cuddler.
Carolyn Stokes, CBC News, Paradise.
That is an absolutely beautiful story.
Wonderful.
Thanks to Carolyn for doing such a fine job. And you know what I will remember hearing is Cyril's laugh.
Yep, great laugh.
So genuine.
Great laugh, sweet story. Up next, we take you to Mount Pearl, where one woman's move to teach her kids the real meaning of Christmas has grown to include the entire city.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Something special is happening in Mount Pearl. A woman started a project to teach her children about the real meaning of Christmas. And now it's become a lesson for the whole community. Here now's Allison Sampson has the story.
Any doubles need to be separated.
Everybody is busy at Christmas, but not like Jamie Ryan. Every December, she assembles an army to wrap and stuff and peel. All of this for families who need help on Christmas Day. And Ryan understands that some families have more needs than others.
My daughter and I started it 4 years ago. Both my children are autistic, and I wanted to more or less just teach them what Christmas was really about. It's not about presents. It's not about what you get.
Christmas is big and loud, and that's overwhelming for Jamie Ryan's children. At home, Christmas is low-key. But what started as a family lesson about the meaning of Christmas has grown into a community event.
Ryan owns the Sweet Newfie Kitchen here in Mount Pearl. Last year, the staff and platoon of volunteers delivered nearly 200 turkey dinners on Christmas Day. This year, the requests are still coming in.
We wake up, we get up at about 3 o'clock in the morning, we head to the kitchen, we get the pots all going, everything's all ready to go. We just kind of got to turn it on and start babysitting, and then we get everything organized in the front porch and names assigned to gifts and stockings, and then we have an army of people show up.
Last year, Jamie's volunteers delivered Christmas Day dinner from Shea Heights to Avondale. And that lesson she wanted to teach her kids about Christmas, well, she's learned something herself.
I can't do the deliveries myself anymore. It makes me really emotional. People are really grateful. There's usually a lot of tears. It's really hard, really. You walk in some people's houses and they don't even have a Christmas tree up, let alone some presents underneath it. So when they see you coming with these presents and the dinners, it's so overwhelming.
And for Jamie, what's overwhelming is the kindness of her community. These volunteers donated their time. Other people donated gifts and food. All so she can deliver that lesson about the real meaning of Christmas. Allison Sampson, CBC News, Mount Pearl.
Well, now to the last in our weather year in review series. Kind of disappointed that we've come to an end, but tonight it's the fall, right?
Yeah, it's been really interesting, and the fall, a bit of everything we had.
Yeah, definitely. It was kind of the nice recap of the year where we had a little bit of everything, but certainly that's right. We had some great stretches, some record rainfall, and yes, some snow too. As we transitioned from summer to fall, the mild and generally pleasant weather continued for much of the island. Daily temperature records were broken in October in both Newfoundland and Labrador, especially later in the month. There were a few exceptions to our nice weather, of course, including the 200-millimeter storm which hit St. John's in early September. This storm almost single-handedly pushed us to the record for rainiest September in St. John's. But for many of us on the island, thanks to a lovely September, October, and even November, our memories of fall 2017 will look like this, or this, or this. Meanwhile, in Labrador, there was snow and plenty of it through October in the west. Halloween was postponed in Wabush as a windy winter system whipped through the region. November and December were also snowier than average in much of Labrador. And while it was a quiet start to the month in Newfoundland, winter has been ramping up on the island. A 30-centimeter snowstorm in the east, severe snow squalls in the west over the past week alone. And a big thank you to everybody who sends in pictures through the year. That's one of the ways I've gone back and done a recap for myself. To write all of this is going back through all your pictures and tweets and my posts through the year on social media. And Sheldon Tuck, didn't get a super on there for you, but big thanks to you, of course. So with all that, you are basically our Labrador West snow correspondent. So lots of those Lab West pictures courtesy of Sheldon Tuck. So thanks to Sheldon and everybody for this year. And I wonder what 2018 will hold. Well, certainly a stormy end to 2017 as we were talking about two systems coming through over the next handful of days. Environment Canada has already issued a special weather statement for Newfoundland as well as southeastern Labrador. Wind warnings are in effect for the Corner Brook, Port aux Basques, and Bay St. George region. There was also a wreck house wind warning as the winds are going to ramp up here late day tomorrow. Rainfall warning for the southwest coast and a winter storm watch, which this is basically the best chance of amounts getting over that 15-centimeter mark will be the Green Bay White Bay area up towards the northern peninsula. The chances there as well. But that significant snow swath for both southeastern Labrador and northwest Newfoundland. This will be for tomorrow night and in through Christmas Eve on Sunday. Again, 5 to 10 centimeter amounts back to the north coast in Labrador City, and looking at closer to 5, I think, for most of central, but the possibility, if that transition is a little bit later, to get up to as much as 10 centimeters for central with the change to rain, and mostly rain for the south coast, the Burin and the Avalon Peninsulas. And I know that timeline is important, and that's been something that we've been crafting over the last couple of hours. The storm's still way to the south here, rolling up through Tennessee. Snow on the leading edge, though, is already up towards Boston and causing some flight delays there today. Now, as we take a look at the future tracker, note conditions tonight and into Saturday quite favorable, with lots of folks commuting. It's going to be a cool start, but a quiet start across most of the province. We'll dip to -10 for central parts of Newfoundland tonight. And how about this? -35 and what will be no doubt the coldest start of the year so far, the season that is, so far in Lab West. Now tomorrow, again, very quiet, clouds certainly increasing through the day, winds generally light, but overall Saturday is a pretty nice day. We have the flurry chances early, sunshine in the mix, and then the clouds really thicken up into the late parts of the day. -20 in Labrador City for a high, and -1 to -3 across most of the island. Now, watch your timeline here. Saturday night in through Sunday, snow on the leading edge, and it looks like early risers on Sunday. We'll see a little bit of snow for even St. John's back towards central parts of Newfoundland, but it's a change to rain as we roll throughout the morning. Some gusty winds projected here as well, 80 to 100 kilometers per hour, not out of the question for the Burin, the Avalon, Bonavista Peninsulas. And that timeline is now 9 a.m. and that transition from snow to ice to rain through central. The northern peninsula, I think we'll see a mix to possibly some drizzle or ice pellet action through Sunday afternoon, but mostly snow here. And again, that snow continues through Sunday afternoon across Labrador with a bit of a clear out for Christmas Eve later day across the island, which is good. And again, that rain and those warm temps will have our temperatures up to 6, 7, 8 degrees in the eastern parts of Newfoundland, minus 20 in Lab West. And a look ahead now, we will talk more about this coming up in the long range forecast, but just a heads up, Christmas morning, pretty good for getting to Nan's house. Now, into the afternoon and evening hours is when the next system comes in. There'll be snow on the leading edge of this one as well. So we'll talk more about this and what it might bring coming up in your long range forecast.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, Christmas is just 3 days away, and it's not just Santa Claus who's preparing for the big day. I mean, think about the poor reindeer who have to pull the big guy around. Well, CBC's digital team played a little reindeer game of its own this month on its Facebook page, and as Here and Now's Ariana Kellen will tell you, it's all about the name.
So we've all heard of Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner and Blitzen, but have you ever heard of Towton and Jam Jam? This month, CBC Newfoundland and Labrador put a call out on our Facebook page with a playful scenario. One of Santa's reindeer is out of commission. Which local deer comes to the rescue? Because after all, our reindeers are pretty well equipped to deal with any weather Mother Nature brings: rain, sleet, snow, hail. Hundreds of you submitted clever and somewhat insulting reindeer names. Here is our top 10 list. So which reindeer do you call on for strength? Black Horse, of course, or if you need a guiding light, there's always Blue Star. At number 9, there's Purity, sweet and full of energy. Number 8, Labrador. See what they did there? And in the same vein, how about Gandeer? Need someone reliable? There's Buddy, because names are overrated and also often forgotten. That's number 6, What's His Name? Number 5, Jingle By. Now kids, cover your ears. Dildo comes in at number 4, and he may not be the most steadfast of reindeers, but Big Stick would be popular. Number 2, Tunderin, as in Lord Tunderin, he's some fast. And who can forget Jigs at number 1, complex, colorful, and greasy, so it can get itself out of tight spots. So there you have it, more than enough reindeer to pull Santa's sleigh, and when all else fails, we have plenty of moose. Ariana Kelland, CBC News, St. John's.
Time now to meet our young athlete of the day, and this is Connor Sellers of Victoria. Connor is 6 and attends precision, taekwondo in Spaniards Bay.
And Connor enjoys every minute of class, received his blue belt recently, and is working hard to earn his black belt.
Way to go, Connor. You're today's young athlete of the day. Nice. Beautiful red suit he had on there.
Yes.
Good, Connor.
Yes, his is very tasteful.
You had to.
I know.
Now let's, again, we're going to talk about the weather. We're tight on time tonight, so I'll get right to it because I know a lot of folks wanted to travel. So this is system number 1. We've been talking about that Saturday night and Christmas Eve. So tomorrow's forecast travel looks good before that mess you see to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen before this all tracks in. So we've got some time to do some running around tomorrow, and here's how it times out. You can see very quiet into Saturday morning, area of high pressure dominating. Now the snow knocks on the door through the Saturday evening time period, maybe a little bit earlier than what this model is showing, but certainly tracks in. Sunday morning, it looks like a pretty quick change to rain for the Avalon. Rain at times heavy, temperatures rising to 7-8 degrees. Central will take a little bit longer, possibility of some freezing rain here, especially towards the Humber Valley, but it all changes to rain south of the Northern Peninsula by Sunday afternoon. Even some drizzle possible here as temperatures rise to about +1, but it's mostly snow, and that snow will then depart by the time we get to Christmas morning, which again looks quiet. This is the 25th, and then into the afternoon, we're going to be seeing that snow pushing in from south to north, and this again is by Monday evening. This is the European forecast model. I think it has a pretty good handle on things. Even by Monday evening, likely seeing some rain mixing over on the Avalon, so I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of snow once again with this next one. Less than 5 centimeters if I had to ballpark it right now for the Avalon in the southeast, and then chance for a little more in the way of accumulation for central, and once again the west and the Northern Peninsula, more so the west coast and the Northern Peninsula this time around for this system into Boxing Day morning now have the potential to pick up more in the way of accumulation. And note the setup beyond that system as it moves out into the Labrador Sea. Blustery onshore flurries again, snow squalls very cold temperatures coming in, and that's going to be the name of the game for next week is winter. It's going to feel a lot more like it across Newfoundland and Labrador. So here's how your 7-day trend plays out. Note the temps on the rise, then falling. Bit of a warm-up again for Tuesday with some mixing for the Avalon, as I mentioned, and then the cold temps Wednesday, Thursday. Highs -6 to -8 across the island. In Labrador, you can see where we've got -20 in the west and east for Christmas Day. A bit of a warm-up towards Thursday with that next system tracking in.
Well, next week we've got some special programming for you. In fact, we are going to unpack 4 brand new shows. Zach Gowdy joins me now to tell you a little bit about that. Now, you may have noticed you haven't seen as much of Zach as you probably would like over the fall, and that's because you've been working on some great stuff. So what's up?
Indeed. Well, it's great to unwrap these 4 new shows for everybody next week. So during the Christmas week, we will have a brand new piece of programming for you every day at this time, and we're going to kick it off in a big way on Boxing Day with our documentary on Buddy Wass's Name and the Other Fellers. So I hope you've heard of this one by now. It's called Still Some More to Go. It'll take you on the road with the band for their last big tour of Newfoundland, and whether you're the biggest Buddy Wass's Name fan or just discovering them now, you'll love this film. It's funny, it's poignant, it's surprising, lots of variety, just like the band, right? And you get to see the best parts of their show, you get to go backstage, you get to meet the biggest Buddy Wass's Name fans, and believe me, they are everywhere from St. John's to the tiniest little towns in this province, so we hope you can make time for this. It's at 6 o'clock on Boxing Day, everywhere in Atlantic Canada, in fact, so tell your friends.
Well, I know a lot of people looking forward to that, Zach, and it's not the only thing.
Indeed.
What do we have after Buddy?
So on Wednesday and Thursday next week, we have our 2 latest installments of the CBC NL live music series, The Parkway Sessions. And if you caught the first episode of The Parkway Sessions at Thanksgiving time, you'll know this features some of the most cutting-edge musicians in St. John's, some hopefully that you've seen before, others that you'll be meeting for the first time. Okay. It's a real music fans show for people who love to see great live performances. It's also the brainchild of our videographer Ted Dillon, and really the baby of the camera department. So this thing looks like $1 million.
Fantastic.
On Wednesday nights, you'll see performances and interviews from Fretboard Journey, Steve Maloney, Rough Hands, and Big Space. So again, some favorites and hopefully some new artists to discover. And on Thursday night, we've got Janet Cull, Music NL's Female Artist of the Year. Fabulous. Janet Cull, she's amazing. Yep. We've got Bridget and Dahlia Field and the incredible Ouroboros. Just try to get in to see an Ouroboros show downtown. No dice, but we've got them for you on Thursday night. So in those 2 days, we'll have a half hour of local news at 6 o'clock, and then at 6:30, the Parkway Sessions both nights.
Okay, sounds great. So do you have anything left for Friday?
Believe it or not, there's something down in Santa's sack. Something different again. So Friday night, it is our culinary competition, our kitchen showdown. This is called Feed Demons. Now, you might remember we did Feed Demons in November as a Facebook Live event, but on Friday we're bringing it to you on TV in a packaged and edited form, nicely plated this time. If you like Iron Chef and Beat Bobby Flay and Chopped and shows like this, Feed Demons is right up your alley. 2 chefs, 3 rounds, 1 winner, but it's all local chefs with local ingredients. It went down at a local restaurant, and the live event raised money and food for the Community Food Sharing Association.
All right, so you got Buddy Wass's Name, you've got music, you've got food. What more could you want over the holidays?
Christmas variety, right?
Right. Listen, Merry Christmas, Zach.
To you too,
look forward
Anthony.
to it.
Thanks a lot.
Zach Gowdy.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a look now at who's celebrating this last week of 2017. Take a look. Happy 94th birthday to Hetty Tiller from Grand Bank. And here she is with her girls and a day at the mall. Happy birthday to John Tedford of Lawrencetown, now in Lewisport, who will be 93 years old tomorrow. Happy 92nd birthday yesterday to Doris Bull of Eastport. Happy 90th birthday to Rita Hickey of Chapels Cove. Happy 92nd birthday to Helen Purcell in St. John's. Edgar and Joan Osmond of Port aux Basques are celebrating their 62nd wedding anniversary.
And happy 53rd anniversary coming up on Christmas Eve to Ralph and Mildred Bowers in Grand Falls, Windsor. Best wishes to Evelyn Rousel from Leading Tickles, who celebrated her 90th birthday on the 15th. And it's a golden anniversary for Tuff and Alice Loader in Badger. Happy 66th wedding anniversary to Cecil and Marcella Burridge in Deer Lake. Celebrating her 90th birthday on Christmas Day is Madeline Lane, formerly from Millertown, but now in Grand Falls, Windsor. Anniversary greetings go out to Alonzo and Isabel Ivany in Princeton, who will have their 55th wedding anniversary tomorrow.
Happy 60th anniversary to Don and Carrie Pope. We're told they were the last couple married in the church in Stones Cove. Happy 54th wedding anniversary to Verna and Al Spurl of Heart's Delight, who will celebrate tomorrow. Anniversary wishes to Owen and Phyllis Langdon from Northern Arm on their 60th wedding anniversary. Happy 90th birthday to Marie Weir of Little Bay Islands. Happy anniversary to Pansy and Clyde Diamond of Eddie's Cove, who are celebrating their 50th anniversary today. Happy 50th anniversary to Dave and Alice Griffin of Seldom, Fogo Island.
William and Melvie Balsam in Clarenville are celebrating their 63rd wedding anniversary today. And a happy 56th anniversary to Max and Catherine Scott. Norman and Ruby Hillier in Corner Brook will celebrate their 60th anniversary tomorrow. Happy 57th anniversary to Nathan and Triffy Squire in Upper Cove Happy Adventure. And happy anniversary to Elmore and Ruby Stokes from Deadman's Bay on their 64th wedding anniversary. And happy birthday to Sarah Miller, who will be 93 years old on Christmas Day. She's originally from Trinity, but now lives in Clarenville.
Happy 96th birthday to Rita Hillier, living in Old Shop, Trinity Bay. Happy 100th birthday to Edna Hartley of Corner Brook, who's celebrating her birthday today. Happy 91st birthday to Charles LeGros of Balleen. Happy birthday to Gladys Galton, who celebrated her 98th birthday yesterday. She's in Corner Brook. It's a 58th wedding anniversary today for Fred and Hersey Crocker of Trout River. Hayward and Nina Avery of Southport are also celebrating their 58th wedding anniversary today.
Dawn and Louise James will celebrate their 59th wedding anniversary on Christmas Day. And a happy 50th anniversary to Max and Jane Slade from Victoria. Wishing a happy 93rd birthday to Isabella Hayward. She's a Scottish war bride who's in paradise. Happy 98th birthday to Charles Sparks, the oldest man in Sibley's Cove, Trinity Bay. Happy 63rd wedding anniversary to Bill and Marina Hiscock from Winterton. Their special day is tomorrow.
Happy 50th anniversary to Gerald and Flo Beck of Swift Current, who will be celebrating tomorrow as well. Happy 90th birthday to Goldie Sims in St. Anthony. A golden wedding anniversary tomorrow for Christina and Andrew Woodfine, originally from St. Lawrence. Happy 93rd birthday, Christmas Eve, to Ron Buckley. Here he is at last year's Briar. Ron taught Brad Guzhu in schoolboy curling, and Brad tweeted first coach. And happy 59th anniversary greetings to Clarence and Mavis King of Grand Falls, Windsor, who will celebrate on the 27th. And just a little bit of Christmas magic has transported us to the North Pole. Hello, Santa.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to the North Pole.
You're so busy this time of the year, and you've welcomed us here.
Yes, but it's cold.
It is. We really should have brought a coat. I'm sorry.
Little Ryan, how cold is it out there?
Minus 28.
What?
Without the wind chill. I know. Giver must be really freezing.
I was kind of shivering. Hey, Santa, I got a question for you.
Yes, Giver.
How about one day you let the moose replace the reindeer? You know, you got Prancer, Dancer, how about Giver?
Oh, well, as long as he can fly. The reindeer all fly. I'm not sure about moose.
Well, yeah, we're not exactly aerodynamic.
Merry Christmas.
So how is it going? You're just a few days before Christmas, Santa.
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. Mrs. Claus has got everything organized. The elves are all set. We are all ready.
Excellent.
Are you ever worried about the weather that you're going to encounter over your big journey?
No, because now we use satellites. So the satellites are all full of toys.
It's high-tech, Ryan. You should know that.
There you go. So we just scoot up to the satellites and we load up. And the weather, we got Rudolph.
Right.
We're all set.
That's true.
Now,
That
it
big-
would be nice if we didn't get soaking wet, but we'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, we got some rain coming early Christmas Eve, but I think it'll be gone by the time you make it here.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Santa. Thank
Merry
you,
Christmas.
boy.
Now, I have one very, very special little teddy bear here. And I think that seeing as Ryan came through for Santa, I think that Ryan should take my teddy home to his kids.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Nice. Thank you, Santa. Thank you very much.
You're on the
My
good
boys
list.
will love this.
Thank you, and have a wonderful Christmas. You and Mrs. Claus and all the elves.
You have a safe flight back to Newfoundland. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Well, all right. I mean, I couldn't be over there with Santa, but I get Debbie and Ryan. I want a surprise, and I've got a surprise. Surprise!
Now, who would this man be?
They woke me up from a long winter's nap.
There he is.
Said I had to read the news, but I'm not sure if I'm in the right place.
You're a multi-talented guy. You were recording earlier, and now you're joining us on the desk. It's nice to see
Well,
you,
they
Fred.
figured they'd let the new guy give you guys some time off. Hopefully,
Just
I
a crazy kid with a dream of being an anchor someday, and here he is. So you'll be handling here and now over the
think I got
holidays.
this.
So
Yeah.
welcome
like
aboard.
riding a bike.
Thanks very
and Merry
much.
Christmas.
Yes, except
indeed.
the bike is on fire.
That's right.
Everything is on fire. Yeah.
Gonna go out with a laugh.
Yeah, we are. We're going to say goodnight with a skit from 22 Minutes a few years back when Sean Majumder enlisted the help of his hometown friends, Great Big Sea, to help him perfect the perfect holiday song. Good night, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Good night. Merry Christmas.
So here's the thing, boys. I've written a couple things down, but I know Great Big Sea knows how to write a killer tune.
Awesome.
What should I be thinking about when I'm putting together the song?
I don't know. Figure we'd just keep it simple, man. Tell a simple little story, or simpler again, just wish everyone a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I can't really use the word Christmas in the song, though. That's the only problem, because not everybody celebrates Christmas, and you'll be offending some religions and stuff like
Christmas
that.
is all about the birth of Christ.
You can't say, not allowed to use the J word on TV. We can't, no J-bombs. Sorry, Sean.
But take the cop out, man. The happy holidays. Like,
Yeah, no, I thought about that too, Bob, but not everybody has a holiday in that month. Anyway, what I've done is I've written a little ditty here, and you just tell me what you think, okay? All right. Humans of all creeds, religions, and races, ages and gender, sexual orientations, and species, including but not limited to, whosoever observes holy or secular celebrations occurring on or about the December solstice, wish you an appropriate emotional, cultural, or ceremonial response to the practice and beliefs of your faith system or lack thereof. La 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 la, like something like that, you know.
Sorry, Sean. No offense, but that song sounds a lot like a musical fruitcake.
What do you mean?
Well, it's obviously got great intentions, but it just tastes like crap, man. You want a song? Here's a Christmas song.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Everyone. That's good. One more circle around the sun. Around the sun. Everybody has the sun.
Some days we lost.
Some days we won. Winners and losers. I like that.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Everyone. I like it, Sean.
Where the child is born. Forever.
Okay, just a generic child. A generic child. Everybody has babies. It makes sense to me.
Lift up your heart.
Biology. We all have hearts.